because I can't really tell.
You're live.
We're live right now?
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay. I'm going to pull up the chat and then we'll get rocking here. All right. Zoe,
Yes.
you ready to do a podcast, dude?
I'm ready.
You ready for this shit?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, welcome to episode 0 of the A Week Too Late podcast. It's a little bit of a mouthful. We're going to work on it. I'm going to get better at that. But anyway, I'm Tyler. You're probably used to me if you're on this channel. It is my YouTube channel. You know my face. You've heard my voice. I'm accounted for. Little thing to my right. Who's that? We don't know.
My name's Zoe. I am this one's girlfriend for almost 3 years. And I am critically online. So that's why I'm here, because I bring in a whole other perspective of entertainment.
Yep, she watches all the tabloid stuff and all the celebrities, and she gets all of the Sabrina Carpenter Instagram reels and all the stuff that I don't pay attention to, but is very much relevant for a lot of the stuff that I talk about. So it's fun to get her perspective, which we will later on the Jim Carrey incident, because I haven't been following it. She's been all over it. She brought it to my attention. So we're going to talk about that later. But first, before we get started, 2 things I want to mention. If you guys have any chats while we're doing this show live, because we are going to record it live in front of you guys, leave those in the chat. You can super chat. You can put them in the regular chat, whatever you want to do. We will get to those at the very end of the podcast, and it'll just be like a little Q&A session at the end. And then the second thing, the way we want to start off this podcast every week, and the way that you should start off a podcast, is talking about what you've been watching. So, Zoe, you're a lady. That means you go first. What have you been watching this week?
So I started The Last of Us recently. I have just been trying to start new shows, and I just finished season 1. I don't want to talk too much about it because you haven't seen it yet, and I don't want to spoil anything, and I at some point I do want you to watch it.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, but not like all the way through.
That's
and I do think you've missed some of like the important stuff and some of the best scenes that's in the show. So I don't want to like talk too much about my thoughts until you've seen it, but so far I really like the show. I think the way they ended season 1 is interesting. I don't know if I love it or hate it yet. I think it kind of depends on how season 2 goes and what kind of path they take with it, because I think the writing was maybe a little bit selfish, or like maybe it was just trying to keep people watching it, whereas like if it would have gone the other way that like I think a lot of people predicted it to go, I think people still would watch the show. So I don't know, we'll see how season 2 goes.
So you think the ending was selfish? So that means it's either a cliffhanger or it's very self-indulgent, and both of those I hate. So that's really good to sell me on watching this.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
What's up, Chris? Yeah, we tried to play the first game, and we got bored. She got scared. She didn't want to play it because she got too scared to play. I got bored because it was just too slow paced. That being said, though, it was phenomenal. Like, the gameplay is really good. The story obviously is very good. I just kind of got bored of it, and I wanted to play Fortnite like the 5-year-old I am. Anyway, so you said you've been watching The Last of Us, and you finished it.
The first season.
You finished the first season.
Yes.
So, are you excited to watch the second season? Or are you kind of like, I don't know anymore?
Well, I would say I'm excited because I've already started it.
You started the second season?
Yeah, I started the first episode.
You didn't tell me that.
Well, yeah, I've started the second season this morning. I got maybe 15 minutes into the first episode. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have a thought on the ending of the first season yet until I get a little bit further.
I might have to ask you off stream what the first episode's like in the second season, because I know the way the game starts, and it's very controversial, and people didn't like it.
How about you just watch it?
Okay, I guess.
Why don't you
I'll
just
do that
watch
while I'm finishing college and managing a YouTube channel and making sure you get food.
You can do it.
I don't know if I can.
I believe you can do it.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm glad you asked. What have I been watching?
Yes. What have you been watching?
I've been watching. Drum roll, please. Friends. everything new and exciting out there. All the stuff on Netflix, everything in the theaters. We got Scream 7 just came out. We have, what are the other ones? Crime 101's been out for a bit. I think
Yeah.
Hoppers just had a screening. I didn't watch any of that. I watched Friends for the 15th time, and I've been loving it. It's fantastic.
It's still a good show. Like, it's one of those shows that you could watch a million times over, and it still comes off the same. It still makes you laugh as much. Like,
Yeah,
it's just,
it's
yeah,
comfort food.
it's nostalgic.
It's comfort food for me. I love turning it on and just having a quick laugh. And
Yeah.
it's to the point now where we're getting to, what season are we on? We're on season 7?
Yeah, I
We're
think
towards
so.
the end, like the last couple of seasons. And every time I get to this point, I notice the writing kind of gets a little Like I feel like
Really?
yeah, I feel like it loses a lot of steam. I still like it. And because it is towards the ending, I'm like excited to see them wrap it up and see like where all these character arcs go. And obviously, spoilers for Friends. I'm sure anybody who wants to see it has already seen it. But when Ross and Rachel finally get together at the end and they finally start coming back together, I love that. And then the arc they go on where they do the couple episodes at that hotel where Joey and Rachel hook up, but
Yeah.
Ross is there with his like museum girlfriend. I really like those episodes. I think they're fun. They're kind of dumb, but they're fun. Anyway.
I don't really like those episodes. If
Well,
I'm being honest. I don't like the whole like Joey and Rachel thing.
yeah.
I really don't like them together. I don't think they fit well.
I don't think she would have ever really done that.
No, I don't think she ever would have picked him like
No.
for anything. Like so I think it's a little out of place that happens. But I do love those episodes in the sense of I'm pretty sure that's around the time also that Phoebe starts dating Mike, and I think that's when we get the ping pong episode.
Oh yeah, the ping
Monica's
pong one, the
when
competitive ping pong one.
yeah, when
Yeah.
Monica's hair is like as big as it
Yeah.
can be. So
But
there's
Phoebe should have dated Joey, and they should have ended up together. And I know
Yeah.
it would have been kind of like this incestual thing where like Ross gets with Rachel, Chandler gets with Monica, and Joey would have got with Phoebe, and like all the friends just ended up getting together. But
yeah.
like in real life, when you're around somebody and you have all that proximity and all these shared experiences, you do tend to develop feelings. Most
Yeah.
people do. So
Yeah.
it would have made sense. Plus, they hinted at it, like rewatching it so many times as we have, they've hinted at their relationship like 20 times.
Yeah.
Like every conversation they have, there's like a little tension. I don't know. That's just my
Well,
that's my friends.
they do kind of end the show in a way that like you can kind of interpret how it ends and like where they end up going in life. I know like a lot of people are like Monica and Chandler are a part of the PTA at school and they're raising their kids in the suburbs,
Mhm.
and then it's like Ross and Rachel are together and they're, also raising their kids, and then it was like Joey has a sandwich shop. Like there's always like thoughts of like what happened to them, and who knows, maybe something happened between Phoebe and Mike, and Joey and Phoebe get together.
No, we all know they got married. We all know they got married. They had like a bunch of kids and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. I think that wraps up what we've been watching. I could talk about that for the whole podcast.
Yeah.
For the moving on to actually start the show into the main topics. First thing I wanted to talk about on the Week Too Late podcast, because this has been happening probably for months, but I haven't talked about it on my channel. I've been too lazy to make a video about it. So I'm going to talk about it here. And that is, of course, the Warner Brothers and Paramount / Warner Brothers and Netflix buyout situation. Now, when I first heard the news that Warner Brothers was going to sell to Netflix, I was really unsure how to feel, and I was like kind of upset because Netflix is the biggest competitor to the theaters ever. So I was worried that Warner Brothers was going to get acquired by them. All of their stuff was just going to be straight to streaming. Straight to streaming usually is lower quality. It wouldn't be in theater. I was just really like worried about it. And then I started to think about it, and I was like, well, Warner Brothers doesn't just have movies. Warner Brothers also has gaming. What has Warner Brothers not done in the past 10 years that everybody's wanted? Make video games based on their major characters.
I didn't realize they did video games.
Some of the best video games of all time are the Arkham games, and they're made by Warner Brothers Studios, and it's just a Batman game. You play as Batman. There's like multiple story arcs you go on. It's some of the best stories too. They're really good. And they haven't made any. They made a Suicide Squad game and they made a game called Gotham Knights, and they were all just terrible. They had a Wonder Woman game in development. They shut down the entire studio that was working on that. So Netflix, if you go on the homepage on Netflix, you see all like their gaming thing they're trying to do. They're trying to push games because they want it to be an all-encompassing entertainment suite of gaming, TV shows, movies, all that stuff. So that got me excited. I'm like, okay, maybe Netflix will pull Warner Brothers' head out of their ass and get their gaming division under control, and that'll be a nice byproduct. And then I remembered Netflix is also starting to put their movies in theaters. So they're trying to put a push into theaters because why not? It's free money. I mean, you already make the content anyway. You have the subscribers who are going to subscribe and watch it on the platform. Why not put it in theaters if it's profitable? You're just getting an extra revenue stream. So that also had me excited. And then about 2 days after that, I find out, what did I hear, Zoe? Netflix is no longer going to buy Warner Brothers because $82 billion, $82 billion was not enough for Warner Brothers. They wanted more. They went to Paramount, and Paramount was like, we'll give you around $118 billion. And Warner Brothers is like, sure, even though they already signed the deal with Netflix. I don't think you know this, Zoe, but you know what they had to do to get out of the deal with Netflix?
What?
They had to do a buyout on that contract for $2.8 billion. Not million, billion.
That's ridiculous.
So Netflix, just by going, yeah, I'll buy you guys, signing on the dotted line, got a literal free $2.8 billion.
I mean, good for Netflix, honestly.
Exactly.
Good for them.
Everybody wins in this except for the viewers, honestly. Yeah. So now we're at the point where Paramount has decided they're going to invest and they're going to try to merge with Warner Brothers. This one pisses me off more than the Netflix one ever did. Because what does Paramount have that Warner Brothers doesn't have? Nothing. They have equally the same products. They both make movies. They both have production studios. I guess you could say they don't have a gaming division because they don't, but I mean, I don't think that's in the calculus for this deal anyway. They also both have streaming services. One of which is a very high quality streaming service that a lot of really good content goes on, i.e. Friends and everything that's ever been on HBO Max. You know what's on Paramount streaming service? Horrible Star Trek shows that everybody hates and nobody wants because Paramount doesn't know how to take care of their IPs and they absolutely massacre them.
The only thing we watch on Paramount is Love Island.
And that's not the pinnacle, penultimate, what you think of for good entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not the gold standard.
TV.
Yeah. So good for Warner Brothers for making a whopping, I think, $118 billion. But within that $118 billion, Paramount's probably going to come in, clean house on all the studios that they don't need or don't want, handpick the IPs that they do want, i.e. probably the stuff that I love, like DC characters, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, who are, by the way, are in the midst of a reboot that's not going too hot. And another wrinkle of this is because Paramount's going to come in, probably want creative control. James Gunn, even though I'm not necessarily his biggest fan right now, probably going to cut and leave the DC. And you guessed it, yet again, another situation where they're probably going to have to reboot. I hate my life. As a fan of these properties, it sucks. Everything sucks.
As a person who's not a fan of most of the things you just mentioned, it does not affect me once a bit.
I'm happy for you because my blood pressure just went up by 30.
Yeah, I know. You also spoke for almost the same amount of time that we just spoke about our what are we watching? Yeah.
I had to get that out. I haven't made a video on it. I haven't talked about it. It just sucks, dude. It sucks. Cuz like things were like we were kind of losing traction, but we were going forward still. We were still getting there.
I think with stuff like that though, you just have to kind of not expect the worst. Like, even though like it's probably going to happen, that's just one of those moments where it's like there's nothing you can do. It's out of your hands. Let them negotiate like what they need to negotiate and figure out what's going to happen. And if they screw it up, like, that sucks, but let's hope for the best.
Wow, you're telling me to be optimistic. This
I
is
am.
crazy.
Yeah.
I am.
How the turntables have turned.
I don't even. I was gonna say I am optimistic, but I don't think I am. I really don't think I am.
No, you're definitely
I'm not. There's not even an ounce of me that's optimistic because I've seen what Paramount has done with everything that they've tried to do, and it's only been to piss off the fans.
Yeah.
They rebooted Star Trek, put hundreds of millions of dollars into Star Trek, and put somebody at the head of it that said, I don't want anybody who's familiar with the franchise. We're going to do something new.
I'm sorry, can you say the franchise again?
Star Trek.
Is it Star Trek?
Star Trek.
I thought it was Star Trek.
Okay, this is, you're adding to, I'm going to have a coma. I'm going to go into a coma. It's spelled Trek.
Right, Trek.
Yeah, but I don't say it that way, and I don't know a lot of people who do say it that way. I say Star Trek.
I've never heard Star Trek.
Is it raining outside?
Yeah.
That's nice. ADHD moment. It's kind of like tomato. If you go into like a comic shop, and they're like, this is personal story. There was a guy in Titusville that had a comic shop, and he was a major Star Trek fan, right? I would go in there and I would talk to him about Star Trek, and I would say it just like I just did, and he never corrected me. And when he said it, it sounded like Star Trek, even though it is most certainly Trek. So
I don't like it.
If you say it fast enough, people don't really notice.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Well, here's a. You want me to even break your brain further? The fans of Star Trek are called Trekkies. So they're not Trekkies, they're Trekkies.
Because it's not Star Trek.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
I'm
even
a
spelled
maverick,
like
and I get to do what I want. So.
Whatever you say, bud.
Okay, anything to add, Zoe, to the Warner Brothers Paramount buyout? You clearly aren't invested in the things like I am, so.
I'm not invested in that story, unfortunately for you. I just let you take the reins on that one.
All right. Well, I will say, before we move on to the next topic, there is a small glimmer of hope, a silver lining, if you will. Paramount has come out, even though they're also starting to be like, well, maybe we're not going to buy them. They're going to buy them, whatever. Let's assume they buy them. Paramount has committed to releasing 15 Warner Brothers movies a year with 45-day theatrical runs. So for the foreseeable future, they are committed to staying in theaters. They're not just going to put it on streaming services.
Yeah.
So, and that's a whole other discussion. Like, what's going to happen to HBO Max? Is it just going to be Paramount Plus? And they're going to, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, enough of that. Moving on to topic number 2.
Yes.
Now, do you want to handle this one, or you want me to handle this one?
I mean, we can tag team it.
Tag team it?
Yeah.
You want me to intro it?
Sure.
Okay. First episode, feeling out process here. So, topic number 2 is, are movies better than the books that they're based on? So, this has been a thing since movies have been a medium. They adapt written novels and books and stories into live action things they put on the screen. Recently, it's been much more prominent thanks to TikTok making reading popular again for people like my age and maybe even a little bit younger, but usually around that, what would you say, like 15 to 30 mark, like the middle of the generations. It's really popular now, and there's been a lot of projects. Like, we just had Wuthering Heights, Project Hail Mary's coming out soon, Reminders of Him is coming out soon. People We Meet on Vacation was a movie that came out on Netflix that was pretty good. One of the most critically acclaimed things that Sydney Sweeney's ever done is The Housemaid, and that's also based on a book. So there's all these books that have been getting made into movies. Zoe is a massive reader. She loves to read. Right behind me, all the books you see in my background, they're not mine, they're hers. She's taken over half of the office. I watch movies. I love movies. My opinion is movies are better than the books. That's my
wild.
opinion. I like them better. So the question is, are the movies better than the books that they're adapted from? Take it away.
I think it depends. It depends on how accurate it is to the book. It depends on the characters that they pick and how accurate the characters look and sound to the characters we read in our head. It depends on if they, try to think a little bit more out of the box and add scenes or delete scenes. And I think that there can be a lot of positives and negatives to having a movie that is based off of a book. And we actually took some notes, and I ended up writing down 4 movies that we have watched recently that are books that are now movies. And we're going to go through them, what like was good about them, what was bad about them, and then once we're done talking about those, we'll talk about what we would want to see or expect from Project Hail Mary and Reminders of Him, because these are the 2 newest adaptations, and what we think that they should do to perform well. So I think the most talked about one right now is Wuthering Heights. It just came out recently. Jacob Elordi, Margot Robbie are very famous and very
hot. They're
very,
both very hot
people. And there's been a lot of hype around it. It's an old story, so there's a good amount of people who have read it, but there's also a even bigger amount of people who haven't read it because it's a more difficult read in the sense of it's just old. This one got a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 76% on Popcorn.
58 for the critic score is bad.
It's not great. And I will say, I think a big part of that is because the set and it was good, but the set and everything was really good, but I've heard it's not accurate. I heard that
to the book?
Yeah, to the book.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole ending is just a traumatic twist. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't even really know what happens, but I've heard that it's emotional and it's hard to watch. And I've even heard that some people wouldn't even go to watch it again just because of the ending being so emotional. And
there's been a lot of that lately. There's been a lot of endings that have ruined pretty decent movies.
Yeah. But some quotes that I was able to get from people who watched it was the set was over the top. It was aesthetically enjoyable. It was big, bold, and in your face. And I think overall, I mean, that's a pretty good popcorn score. The fans seem to really like it for the most part. The critics, probably not. But I think this one really wasn't for the critics. I think it was for the ones who just wanted a steamy romance and a guide to be a gentleman. I think that's kind of what we were wanting with that one. And I think they did what they did.
So if it wasn't for the critics and it wasn't for the fans because they changed so much of it, who was it for?
I think it was for, like I said, it was for the fans. Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't think they changed. I've never read it and I've never watched it. So I can't tell you what has been changed and how they changed it. But from what I've heard, it was emotional. The sets were really cool. I mean, there was even a picture of Margot Robbie's character, this room that she's in is skin toned.
Yeah.
And they literally painted veins on the wall to make it literally look like flesh. So obviously they put as much effort as they could into the set design, and the costumes I heard were through the roof. So I think overall it did really well with fans, for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Another good one that has been out recently, that has done really well, I would say, is The Housemaid. It's probably one of the highest popcorn ratings I've ever seen. The Rotten Tomato score was 73%, and the popcorn rating was 92%, which is extremely high.
I love that you call it a popcorn rating. I love it.
What is it? Popcorn meter?
It's called the popcorn meter, but a lot of people just call it the audience score. But this is a thing with me and Zoe. I'll introduce her to a new hobby or whatever, and she always fragments the name but makes it better. So What was it? So I love collecting steel books for
Mhm.
physical media. Like, I mean, you guys have seen some of the videos if you've been around the channel. I like collecting steel books. I just love them. It tickles the brand in a nice way for me. What do you call them, Zoe?
Metal
She calls
backs.
them metal backs.
Like hardbacks for books.
Everything
like
for her is like a book twist. It's funny. Anyway, that's a little inside thing between me and her, but yeah.
So anyways, yeah. So The Housemaid not only performed really well, I think, with critics and with the fans, but we actually watched it and I read it about a month before we went to go see it. And I really enjoyed it. Even as a fan, like there were things that were changed, and I think that's the biggest issue, if it's even an issue, that this movie had. One of the like most loved characters in the book is not very prominent in the movie, and I think it disappointed a lot of fans. But overall, like the acting was really good, the thriller was really good, the suspense was really good. Like I think overall it's just a really fun story to follow, and I don't know, what did you think about it? You liked it, right?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. I think no matter like when you have a book adaptation, just in principle, it doesn't necessarily like it matters because people will get upset. But the cast, the crew, this like the visuals, it doesn't matter as much if you are adapting a really good story.
Yeah.
And The Housemaid's a really good story.
Yeah.
It's very good. And then I think Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried, they came in there, especially Amanda Seyfried. Like she just elevated every part of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the movie is literally one shots or two shots on these characters interacting. It's heavy on dialogue, it's heavy on suspense, and a lot of that like the weight of that is carried by these actors and actresses. They did phenomenal. So I thought it was a really good movie. I wasn't quite as high on it as some people were. It's not a very rewatchable movie for me. But I definitely enjoyed it while I was watching it, and I was participating. I was trying to figure out what the twist was going to be. I was into it. So, and I reviewed it on the channel. I gave it a very positive review. So I liked it a lot. I think it deserves all of the acclaim it's gotten.
Yeah. I'm a really big fan of this movie. I could rewatch it a million times, but I'm also one of those people who could just rewatch my favorite movies a million times over.
Yeah.
I'd prefer to do that than watch a new movie, honestly, which I'm breaking that habit. I'm getting out of that.
Yeah. I mean, when we met, it was pulling teeth trying to get you to watch something new.
Yeah. Which I'm doing better.
You've done much better. Yeah.
I would like to say I watch a lot of new movies now. I'm also the one and only Sydney Sweeney fan. I really like her. I don't know what it is. I don't have an issue with her acting, and I don't know. I just like her a lot. I think she's funny, and I really liked her in this movie. I think her chemistry was Amanda Seyfried was really it was done really well. Some fan quotes that I was able to pull up was someone said it was a perfectly passable thriller. Others said that the revenge arcs were well executed, it fits modern themes, and a lot of people said they just watched it for the boobs.
Boobs. Boobs.
Just the boobs.
There was a lot of boobs.
Yeah. But I think that those two are really good examples of movies that have done really well. I think a huge part in both of these is your casting. Clearly the cast is what drew a lot of people out to these films, even if you're not the biggest reader, you're not knowledgeable on what's going on in these films before you get to them. But cast is a really big one. I know with Wuthering Heights, the soundtrack was a really big reason why people came in to watch it. It was all by Charlie XCX, which is a new and upcoming artist, if you don't know who that is. Yep.
She did Wuthering Heights?
Yeah. That like whole song in the trailer, it's like fall in love again and again. That's her.
That's her.
Yeah.
They had an EDM girl do. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
So there's certain things that can make a movie perform well, and there's some things that make a movie perform not so well. And that
yeah. Which one is that one? What are we talking about here?
Let's start with Regretting You.
Oh.
And let's start by saying I loved this movie. And the popcorn rating or popcorn meter or audience rating, whatever you want to call it, did very well. Not as good as The Housemaid, but it was still 84%, Whereas the tomato rating was really low.
It got shit on.
It was really low. Um, and there's reasons for that. I think if you are, again, a fan of this cast, especially Mason Thames and McKenna Grace, you're probably going to like this movie because I love them and I really liked them in this movie.
Well, but before we get further, I mean, you can speak because you have the whole social media thing that I don't have social media. I use it like maybe once a week. Zoe's constantly on social media.
Yes.
The entire run up to this movie, all I heard was McKenna Grace and Mason Thames are so adorable. They're so awesome.
Yeah.
The entire marketing campaign was their chemistry. So,
well, they've been dating in their personal life since they started filming this movie, and they're still together to this day. So it's a young love. They're very open about it. They're very passionate with each other. It's just super cute, and I think that's a big reason why certain films do well. I mean, look at Twilight. Yeah, Twilight was a good story back in its time, but we had Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. They were dating. It was
They were?
Oh my god, yeah.
No.
You didn't know this?
No. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they
Wait a
dated
minute.
like almost the whole series.
She was Team Edward?
Duh.
Wow. I expected better from her.
Anyways, so I think, and same with Why Anyone But You. It's not a book movie, but Anyone But You got so much attention because everyone thought Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney were dating. People want to see that. People want to see a celebrity relationship go into a film. The chemistry is stronger. The motives are stronger. It just, I don't know.
Tom Holland, Zendaya.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
No, literally. Speaking of which, though, there's a fun little thing that maybe we should end about them, but we'll
breaking up.
We'll come back to that later. But yeah, so I think the popcorn meter, the audience rating was really high because overall, I think it did really a good job with the story. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was really fun. I've never read this book because to me, I didn't care about it.
It's kind of boring, right?
It's a mother-daughter relationship more in the book than I think it is in the film. It's basically it just goes back and forth between perspectives between the mom and the daughter, and it's just not something I was interested in wanting to read at the time. But I think in the film it was really great. I think the themes are pretty topical and pretty modern, and it felt really realistic, which I liked. But we can dive into why the Rotten Tomato score was so low. Some of the fans in this that seem more like critics seem to say that it wasn't strong enough to be a theatrical movie, which I understand. I kind of agree with that, but I think they did a well enough job in my eyes, being that I haven't read the book. Some said it gave me exactly what I was looking for, which is same. And this person decided to say, Dave Franco is not a good dramatic actor, which was my biggest complaint.
Same.
With this movie.
Same.
I usually like Dave Franco. The Now You See Me movies are some of my favorites growing up, but there's something off with him in this movie. It comes off really weird. He blinks every 5 seconds and it's really strange. And his character wasn't believable. A lot of people said they laughed when he was like going to take care of his child. He fell flat.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of moments where the tone of him was very not what it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
I now that I'm thinking about it, if you were watching it and you were not expecting it to be that way, I could see laughing at some of those awkward moments.
Yeah.
So
I think some of the dialogue was really good, but some of it was really bad. I think picking specific actors just because they're famous and not because they fit the part, like Dave Franco, is something you don't want to do. I think, honestly, Dave Franco probably brought in a lot of viewers just because of who he is and how good of an actor he usually is. But with this one, I think it really hurt this movie in a lot of different ways.
I think they could have gotten away with just having Mason Thames be in the being the guy, because he was hot off the heels of How to Train Your Dragon, which also was a
He's too
major
young.
hit.
He's too young.
Yeah.
He could not have played the uncle.
No. I mean, like, just you're talking about bringing audience to the film. I think just as a draw, I think you could have got away with him if you coupled, which they did, which was smart. I think it's why it succeeded. Was the fact that you had that relationship that was based in real life, and you had him having How to Train Your Dragon, I know for sure, and then there was another one he did that was also like top 5 in the theaters.
He just did. Oh my God, what is it? Black Phone.
Yeah, it was Black Phone. Yeah, so I mean, he had both of those leading into this one, I believe, and he was front and center everywhere you looked. So I think they could have got away with him. Yeah. Now they probably didn't realize that was going to happen when they were making the movie. So they might have tried to get a big name guy to bring in some things, but
yeah,
I think you have Colleen Hoover who wrote it, and then you have, you know, Mason and McKenna. I think that would have been enough. You probably could have got somebody else, but
yeah. I think a lot of people had issues with Mason Thames as well, though, and it was something that you had also picked up on, and it was the jaw clenching.
Yeah, every 5 seconds, the guy's mewing. He's going.
Doesn't bother me.
You can lick it all you want to.
I'm one of the girls.
I mean, literally in this picture right here, he's mewing. Literally right here, he's clenching his jaw to make it look more pronounced. He's got a great jaw. I'm not hating. I mean, he's got the bone structure to do it, but like, a little try hard. Also, can we? I'm sorry, I don't want to take over here, but I'm very excited to get the comments that were really funny on this one because I want to talk about it. I think it's hilarious.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The one where she gets mad at her mom.
Oh, yeah. I didn't write that one down.
You didn't write that one down?
No.
Do you want to tell it or do you want me to tell it?
You can say it.
So there's a scene. I'm just going to spoil it because who cares? There's a scene where McKenna Grace is dating Mason Thames in the movie, like plot-wise. And she comes home and sees her mom and her uncle doing it. They were getting hot and heavy and they were about to start doing it. And she gets super angry. She feels betrayed. She's upset. So naturally, she runs to her bedroom, calls Mason Thames' character and says, "Tonight's the night I want to lose my virginity. We're doing it now." So she sees her uncle and her mother start getting hot and heavy, and she goes, "You know what I need? I need to get some action." That's really weird writing. That's really that. You gotta think about the setup there. That doesn't look good.
But that's just why I think this movie did poorly with the critics, is the writing wasn't good. It was really basic. Now, granted, Colleen Hoover is a very basic author.
Yeah, that's all her stuff.
Her writing is very easy to read, which can be fun, but in a movie like this, where it's more dramatic and it needs to be more serious, it's kind of hard to look past the dialogue, which I think was a really big problem. Yeah. It's also a slower paced movie. It's not, there's no action really going on. You get to like the theme of it pretty quickly to where like maybe for some people feels like it's dragging a little bit towards the end. And you've got actors like Dave Franco who just don't understand what they're doing. So yeah,
a lot of it felt really forced.
Yeah. Yep. And one thing that I felt like I didn't feel this way towards any of the movies that we just talked about is I felt like the people who were making this film, who were involved in this film, they all really cared about what they were doing and what they were producing. And I think that brings me to the last movie that I want to talk about, which is Running Man. And I think that this movie, I enjoyed it. The critics and the audience, the scores are not extremely low, but they're not great either.
About average.
Yeah, they're about average, but a lot of people said that it felt like they didn't care. And the main consensus I gathered, not only from us watching it, because we felt the exact same way, but after doing some research on this movie recently and what people thought about it, was that it goes downhill after the highway scene, and it felt really sloppy towards the end.
Yeah.
Especially for the writer. It's, I guess I don't know if it's the producer. I don't know critic people, movie
What are you
people.
trying to say here, babe?
He is Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, that's the director.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So someone wrote really sloppy for Edgar Wright.
Yeah, he's very popular. And you remember that Scott Pilgrim? I always talk to you about Scott Pilgrim. No.
I don't know.
Michael Cera, he's in that movie. Anyway, I always
he likes Michael Cera then, huh?
He does. He does. That's why he's in this movie. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But I always reference it. Anyway, he's done some really very popular cult classic movies. So for him to do this, which this is right up his alley, for it to be so a lot of people were upset about it.
I enjoyed this one. But I think I'm also easy to please. So
good for me.
I will almost enjoy. Wow, nasty. I'll enjoy almost any movie as long as it's not like overly gory, overly sexual. Like I typically can have a pretty good time with any movie. But that being said, I did really enjoy this one. Now the ending was not good.
Terrible.
It was not good. It fell flat. It felt like it went downhill, like these other comments said. It felt like they just stopped caring, or maybe ran out of budget, or something happened in the last like 10 minutes to where it was just not good. The ending was horrible. We went through this whole journey with this character, hoping that are you raising your, oh, hi.
I'm raising my hand, sorry.
I can't see you.
I know, it's delayed. Just continue, but I have some inside information as to why the ending was the way it was.
Okay, interesting. Well, my thought was just that it felt like we were following this character, and the ending just wasn't satisfying for what I was wanting. And the last quote that I have from fans, this person said, I'm gonna use the word freak because I think that one is an okay word, but it says, I have never seen a movie freak itself so hard in the last 10 minutes.
Oh. You can cuss, dude. It's YouTube. There's no rules.
Just to be safe. Just to be safe.
So he's like, I have a job to keep. Okay.
Yeah.
You're unemployed, Tyler. You can say what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I agree with that sentiment. Now, on talking with the ending, on the topic of the ending, this movie was meant to be a more faithful adaptation to the book versus like the original 80s movie was just kind of, oh, we like the story, we're going to do the 80s thing with it, right? We're going to do the 80s popcorn action movie. We don't really care about the story. This one was supposed to be more accurate to the book.
So that's how the book ends?
No. The ending in the book, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
The ending in the book is essentially 9/11. Because remember, this was written by Stephen King. Stephen King has a pretty dark streak to him. He likes to go for that heavy stuff. In the book, I don't want to speak out of turn here. This was a while ago when I read this, but I think he kamikazes right into that tower with the plane.
Oh.
And he kills a lot of people. Like he says, screw it, I'm going down with the ship. You guys are coming with me. You're horrible people. I'm taking you with me so you can never do this Hunger Games like thing with anybody else.
Yeah.
In the movie, what happens? They like take over control of the plane, right? And he like jumps out or something, or like it explodes in midair. Like there's no casualties. He definitely doesn't fly it into the building.
No.
Yeah. So when they were doing the movie, they're like, well, we can't do a 9/11 thing. I don't know why they didn't do it. I think it would have been fine. I mean, that was so long ago, and I mean, we feel how we feel about it, in modern day. So I think I think you got to give the audience credit to be able to differentiate
what they can handle.
Like if they can't handle it, they just won't watch it. Versus what you did was you made a really shitty ending, and now nobody likes the movie.
Yeah.
So that's what I've heard. That's what I read. Apparently the ending in the book is, I mean, better or worse, that's up to your, opinions. But it was a little bit more, it felt right with the story.
Yeah.
Versus what happened in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with all of that, all of the good and the bad with book adaptations, what do you want to see with Project Hail Mary, and what do you want to see with Reminders of Him for it to be performed, for it to perform well?
So for Reminders of Him, I think they should just restart from the beginning, because I don't like that trailer. of that Colleen Hoover reminders of him thing. I don't like it. I think it's really bad. I think the best part of the trailer is when Rudy Ponco is flirting with the girl in the store. And I think if we got a rom-com where it was literally just their chemistry and he was trying to woo her, and they go through all the
That's
normal
not
stuff.
the point.
I understand. I understand. But what I'm saying is that's the best part of the trailer, and I think it's going to be the best part of the movie. Because as soon as that ends, I don't like anything else. I think it turns right into D-grade Hallmark stuff. The main lead they got to play, he was in Him. Him got trashed for being very bad. He doesn't seem to me, in the trailer at least, to be able to carry this movie. Her parents, or his
parents,
the guy that ends up passing.
Yeah.
Hallmark, straight out of Hallmark.
Aww.
So that's my opinion on that one. Now with Project Hail Mary, as long as they treat it with the same care and attention that they did to The Martian, and they're able to capture that magic again that they had with The Martian, I think it's going to be phenomenal. And I'm not really worried about it because, again, I'm going to say The Martian one more time. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 5, maybe top 10, or top 10, maybe top 5. Yeah. I love that movie. So if they're able to redo that one more time with a little bit more of that sci-fi with the alien and stuff, I think it'll be great.
Yeah. See, I really like Reminders of Him as a book. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my absolute favorite Colleen Hoover books I've ever read. It was emotional. It hit really hard to some of my emotions. And I don't know. I really like it. I hope that it does well. I honestly think the cast is perfect in the sense of they look exactly how I imagined it. So I think cast-wise, I think it was a good choice. Hopefully their acting matches the theme of it as well. And I do agree with you. I think the trailer wasn't the best, but I don't. Are you dying?
I muted my mic so it wouldn't be a thing.
Are you
Sorry.
good? Well, it was a thing.
I had to call.
Anyways.
Do you think the trailer looks good?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, we reacted to it on the channel, and I think we were both excited to watch it. But I don't think it looks good.
I don't think the trailer did it justice because I don't think you could have made any sort of trailer for that movie and it be entertaining. Because it's not entertaining. It's like,
is it just a depressing movie?
No, it's sad, but it's a romance. It's a romance book.
That's what I think of when I think of romance. I think of sadness.
No, but it's like I can't explain it because it spoils it if I explain it.
I know.
But it's a great story. And it looks just like how I pictured it. So I think just because of that, I think it'll do well, hopefully. I think it'll do well with the fans. I don't think it'll do well with the critics, if I'm being honest.
I mean, so far that's been the case with every one of her movies that's been adapted.
Yeah.
It's hard to grade them now because of what happened with It Ends With Us, how like polarizing and colored that got for outside factors.
Yeah.
I think of her movies, that's the best one so far. Okay,
no,
well that's going to be a whole other 30-minute discussion.
Yeah. For someone who's read them, I disagree, but we don't have to go into it. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
And then with Project Hail Mary, I'm a little disappointed already. I haven't read it, so there's that. But I wasn't expecting there to be like aliens, and I think that disappointed me because I thought it was going to be more realistic, and now I'm like, oh, it's not going to be realistic.
No, it is realistic. It's realistic with an interpretation on aliens.
But we don't have aliens yet, so as of right now, it's not realistic.
What?
We don't know about aliens in this current state.
They exist. Let's
but we
operate.
We don't know if they exist, so it's not realistic currently. Maybe it'll be realistic in like 20 years, but it's not right now. You know what I mean?
So in order for you to like Project Hail Mary,
we have
to find signs of life?
No, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna like it. I just wasn't expecting it to be like
so sci-fi.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was gonna be more like The Martian, where it's like, you know, The Martian's pretty realistic.
Yeah, it's extremely realistic.
Like, oh, we sent a group of people up in Mars to set up a base camp and like do tests and stuff. Oh shit, you got stuck. You know what I mean?
We need to watch that again.
I'd be down.
I want to watch that.
But yeah.
Have you seen Interstellar?
No.
No. Okay. That's another high concept like sci-fi movie, but instead of aliens, they do like time travel, which I think you would like better
Yeah, I think I
because
would
it's
too.
not so in your face.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense, but they do time travel in that one.
Yeah. I tend to like more time travel stuff more though than like aliens.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing with Project Hail Mary that I am disappointed at so far is the trailers. Like, I wish they hadn't have shown that there's an alien.
Yeah, same.
Like, I wish that was a surprise because I
Same.
assume it's a surprise in the book. I assume. I don't know. I haven't
Us
read
not reading that one is a bummer because I wish one of us could know.
I'm happy I don't. I will probably read at least half of it after the movie. That's because I've had so many people tell me I need to read it. I'm gonna have to give it a
I'm
try.
like, shoot, how many days do we have?
No.
Can I knock it out?
No.
I think I could.
No.
I think I could do it.
No. Because then it's gonna color your perception.
Yeah.
Okay, that was topic number 2. We need to get on to topic number 3.
We need to move on.
We've only been talking for 46 minutes. Like, it's not been that long.
46.
Yeah, we started at 4:00.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not been that long.
I got you.
Yeah. All right, so this is another. So okay, hold on. Before we move on from the book thing, okay. It is my very biased opinion that the adaptations of books into movies tend to be more enjoyable for me. I probably will never read the Harry Potter books. I've watched the movies and I've enjoyed them for what they are. Now, the only thing that I have read and then watched the movie for, I've hated because I was a massive Percy Jackson fan and then they made it into a series or in a couple movies and they're just terrible.
That's crazy. That's the only thing you've read?
Yeah. That's been a movie.
What?
Yeah. If I'm interested, I'll do the reverse order where I watch the movie and then I buy the book and I read like half of it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I saw the movie, so it's cool.
Wow, that's crazy.
I did that with Ready Player One. I watched the movie. I'm like, I want to read the book. And then I got halfway through it and I'm like, it was a good movie.
That's wild.
Anyway, so my opinion is it's better because I just enjoy movies so much. I enjoy the making of them, what they offer, the passive storytelling you're able to take in. Yeah. So Zoe, I'm going to assume you think the books are better than always, forever, of all time.
I'm in between.
Depends on the project.
It depends on the story.
Okay.
Because like with Regretting You, I didn't want to read it because it wasn't a story I was interested in, but I love that movie to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, I bought it as soon as it hit streaming.
Yeah.
So like with something like that, yeah, I love the movie more. But with stuff like I don't even know, what if the Housemaid is a middle ground for me. I think it was great both ways. So I genuinely couldn't pick with something like that. And with It Ends With Us, I mean, the book to me was 10 times better. It wasn't executed properly in the film. So I think it just depends on the project, and I'm a very middle ground kind of person when it comes to that.
All right. I think we settled it.
Yeah.
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. All right. Moving on to our last topic.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, I think Chris might be the only one in here. So Chris, if you're still hanging out, we're going to have a trivia session at the very end. So that'll be fun. But before that, topic number 3. Zoe, you go ahead and take this all the way. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some pictures so they know what we're talking about here.
Okay. Well, we're not going to talk about this too long because it's
silly.
It's silly, yeah.
But it's interesting.
But there's something trending on social media right now, and it has to do with Jim Carrey. If you have seen anything lately, Jim Carrey, he's aged. He's getting older. He is, he's been around. He's been around a while.
Rude.
And
that is the Grinch you're talking about.
Listen, the Grinch came out like when we were born. So,
You know what's really crazy about the Grinch?
What?
That wasn't prosthetics. That was his actual face making that face.
I know. Isn't that wild?
One of a kind actor.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Anyways, so he recently was seen at an award show and did this whole thing in French and did interviews after the show. And this that Tyler has pulled up is a recent photo of Jim Carrey.
Doesn't look like him.
Looks nothing like him. There has been people that have taken side by side photos, and one photo it looks like he did work done all over his face, and one photo he has natural aging wrinkles. One photo his eyes are a very dark brown, the other photo his eyes are green. There's just a lot of weirdness happening. One photo his ears are different than the other photos, and it's been a whole topic of debate right now that Jim Carrey has been cloned. It's just it's one of those things, you know. It's happened with Eminem. It's happened with numerous different stars and actors and
They cloned Eminem?
yeah, long time ago apparently.
What'd they do? Make him green and orange and yellow? And fill him with chocolate?
You could look it up, and I'm sure you'll see it. But yeah, it's a whole thing that's happening right now where these celebrities are trying to diss on the government or whatever, and so the government is cloning them and replacing them with you know, better behaved versions of them.
This is the theory, right?
This is the theory.
This isn't confirmed. We're not saying this is true.
This is not. This is a theory.
Okay.
Not confirmed.
This is fun time.
This is fun. We're gonna talk about conspiracy theories for just 2 seconds. Anyways, a lot of his fans are concerned because Jim Carrey would never act this way. Jim Carrey would never care about his appearance to get work done. Jim Carrey would never speak the way that he was speaking in some of these interviews. Well, we have learned a little bit of information, and no one knows still if it's real or if it's fake. But there has been a makeup artist that has come out and said that no, Jim hired me to look like him. And it's this makeup artist. His name is well, her. I don't know.
Is it the?
It is Alexis
TikToker?
Stone. It is Alexis Stone. They are very popular for making very realistic masks that look like other people, like Mona Lisa, like Cruella de Vil, like Lana Del Rey. And they take molds, or what they presume to think is a mold of these people, and they make masks that look like them.
This is Alexis Stone?
I can't see it. There's a delay. Yes. That is them.
Okay, well, it says here on Google that this is a drag queen.
Yes.
So from that we can discern guy who dresses as a woman.
Okay.
Yes. I think.
I don't want to get canceled, so don't cancel me because I don't know.
It's our first episode, so at least we didn't have a long run. You know?
Don't cancel me. I don't know. Anyways, this Instagram photo has been posted, and he posted a picture with Jim Carrey's face that is very popular right now. And as you scroll, you can see the mask that has been made to look like Jim Carrey. Now, a lot of people think this is a PR stunt, in the sense of Jim Carrey's publicist was like, hey, we're gonna pretend that Alexis Stone made this mask of Jim Carrey because, you know, Jim Carrey's not Jim Carrey anymore. Jim Carrey is a clone. So we're gonna pretend that it wasn't a clone, it was a mask, but Jim Carrey really is a clone. That's what people are thinking, right? Is that making sense?
It's like they don't know that we know that
exactly.
they know.
That's exactly what the internet is spiraling right now.
Oh
like,
my God.
Like, oh, well, they're just using it to cover up the fact that Jim Carrey's actually a clone, you know?
This is something that Jim Carrey would do.
100%.
He doesn't like award. He's so on the record of like thinking award shows are so up their own ass.
100%.
He would hire somebody so he didn't have to go.
100%.
He would do it.
And if we can we just talk about Jim Carrey for 2 seconds? Hello, he did a film called The Mask. Hello.
What year did it come out?
1994.
You looked it up.
Yeah, it's on my phone.
Okay.
But the point that I'm trying to make is, you know, this is, like you said, totally something that he would do, totally something that he would find funny. And who knows, maybe he's making another mask, and that's just his way of promoting it. So
I was wondering where you were going with the mask thing.
yeah,
I was thinking it was just the thread of a mask is a mask, and we're gonna tie it together because they're both masks. That's a good idea.
maybe. I mean, we
Maybe
don't
they're
know.
making a mask too.
Yeah. So that's the wildness with Jim Carrey. It's a fun thing to talk about, fun thing to speculate on.
What is Andy Kaufman? Do you know who Andy Kaufman is?
Kaufman? How
Yeah.
was it spelled? Like
Oh,
literally.
he did like I didn't know about this, but apparently he's done some other like I guess impersonation things or something. I don't know. Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
I could see him looking like that.
interesting. Well, anyways, that's the drama with that. I thought it was just be interesting to talk about, and the conspiracy theories always get to me because it's not that I believe them. It's just I find them very entertaining to read about and see like what people's thoughts are, and I think honestly like this might sound crazy, but I think like the idea of cloning celebrities to fit a specific mold like could be very real, whether it's now or like a million years in the future. But it's interesting to think about for sure.
Like behaviorally or like aesthetically?
No, like the movie that we just watched.
Oh, have fun, good luck, don't die.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
that's more simulation theory than anything, though.
Yeah, but they're taking a piece of DNA or whatever and making them
Oh, like
look
the.
and act the way
yeah.
that like but like something's still off.
Would you get the one with ads or the one that you pay for? Do you want your clone to have
Do
ads?
you want some juice? There's
Zero
this
calories.
new juice that's 0 calories and it comes in 5 flavors.
Do you want to try them all? There's a buy one get one. I want some pizza.
Yeah. It's so funny. Really quick, one more thing. I said I was gonna bring it back, so I'm gonna bring it back for 2 seconds. Zendaya and Tom Holland are married.
Huh?
They are married. Officially married.
No, they're not.
They are.
No. She's dating 2 tennis players.
Someone had interviewed her makeup artist and asked if like when their wedding would be, and he basically said they're already married. You missed it. Like sucks to suck. So yeah, it's all over social media the last couple of days. They are officially married.
They are.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she's like a full couple feet taller than him.
Poor Tom.
That's not fair for him because she's naturally a taller girl. And on top of that, she's a model. So she's like skinny and lengthy. So she looks taller.
And she wears heels.
She wears heels.
Yeah.
Ultimate disadvantage for Tom.
Yeah.
He gets to be Spider-Man, but he has to look up at his girlfriend or his wife. My apologies.
Yeah. Crazy.
All right. I think we did it, Zoe.
I think we did
We
it.
covered all of our topics.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Let's play a game.
All right, let's do it.
All right. You got your whiteboard?
I do.
How is this going to work with our delay?
You're gonna read it out loud.
There's a 20-second timer. I'm going to get stressed out.
Just read the question and the answers, and
Okay.
then we'll both write them down.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
And
do
then
that.
we'll go 3, 2, 1 and show it at the same time, so
Okay.
they don't see the delay.
Audience, chat, viewers, I apologize for all these ads on your screen. I'm not going to pay for this quiz game, so you're going to have to look at ads. Just look in the middle. Just use your ad blindness and not look at the ads. Okay. So this is a trivia game. This is, I believe, movie quotes from famous movies.
I'm gonna be so bad at this.
It's a multiple choice situation, so they give you 4 answer choices. So you got a quick math, 25% chance to get a right answer, okay? What we're going to do is I'm going to control the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see it, I'm going to read it out loud, read you the answer choices. I'm going to pause it, okay? And then we're going to write it down on our whiteboards. And then I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and we'll reveal it, and then we'll see what the actual answer is, okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
First one. Houston, we have a problem. Answer choices are Armageddon, Mars Attacks, Galaxy Quest, or Apollo 13. I'm saying Armageddon.
I don't know how to spell it.
What?
I don't know how to spell it.
I don't
I don't
know.
know how to spell it.
I don't either.
Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to show it yet. Don't look.
Which did you show it?
I didn't show it.
Cheater. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hey, we did the same answer.
I probably spelled it way wrong though.
I did it definitely wrong, and also my camera's flipped, so
Oh.
nobody can read it. Anyway, I wrote Armageddon. Let's see what the answer choice is. I'm gonna click Armageddon, submit your answer, and it's wrong.
Well, that's
Correct
okay. I
choice.
cheated. I took Tyler's answer.
Okay, next one. Hurry up.
Okay.
Here's Johnny. Is that The Lost Boys, American Psycho, Scream, or The Shining?
Oh my god. I can literally hear it, but I've never seen any of
I
those,
know
so I
this
don't
one.
know. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, shoot. Oh, I messed it up. Oh, it skipped. I saw the answer, though. I wrote it down beforehand.
Wait. So did I get it right?
The Shining.
That's what I wrote. Did I get it right?
It's the correct answer, yes.
Wow.
Yep. Did you know that's one of the movies they reference in Ready Player One?
Really?
Yeah, that scene where they're running through the hotel and all that, like,
Babe, I haven't
water.
seen it since high school. I have no idea.
Oh. All right. Okay, so you got a point, I got a point.
Okay.
Make sure you tally up at your top left.
Okay.
Just put like little dash marks at the
I got
end. We'll
it.
see who got the most points, and they win for the week. At the end of the month, we get a treat. Whoever wins.
I love that.
I don't know what the treat's gonna be, but we're gonna get one.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Next one. Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Big, Sling Blade, Forrest Gump, or Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
We were just talking about this.
Yep.
I think I spelled this wrong too, though.
How could you spell this
Is there
wrong?
one R or two R's?
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't disclose information. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Forrest Gump. I don't even need to see the answer for this one. Everybody knows that one.
Yep.
I don't even think I've seen the movie all the way through, and I know that one. I See Dead People. Cabin in the Woods, Sinister, The Ring, or The Sixth Sense.
This is so unfair. You wouldn't know this if it wasn't for me.
I still get the point, sucker. 3, 2, 1. Sixth Sense. Beautiful.
I
Listen.
literally just showed him this movie.
Yeah, she showed it to me, and you know how she describes it? She goes, "It's like a a scary movie, but not really. It's like a thriller."
It
And
is.
it's like this little kid, and like, you know, he sees stuff, or like whatever. I'm a psychology major at
I
university.
didn't say he sees stuff. That would have spoiled the whole thing.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. The point being, I study psychology at university. She never once thought to mention the main character is a psychiatrist.
I forgot.
Okay. To Infinity and Beyond. Monsters, Inc., Toy Story, Up, or Wall-E.
This is so easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think you've seen this movie.
I have. I just don't like it.
3, 2, 1. Nice. Crystally. How many points you got there, babe?
4.
I got 4 points too.
I know.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I'm definitely going to win still.
No, you're not.
Because we're going to get into some hard ones.
Oh, I'm sure, actually. You probably will.
All right. The correct answer was, you guessed it, Toy Story. All right. This is a long quiz. Hasta la vista, baby. Predator,
Oh.
Total Recall, Twins, or Terminator 2?
I know this one.
I'm going to lose some credit here, I think.
How do you not know this? You should know this.
I should. I'm the movie guy. I don't watch classics. That's a bad problem of mine. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I put T2 as well. I don't know if that's right.
It is. It has to be.
Okay. 10 seconds and we'll find out. I have a feeling it's Predator.
I've never seen it. So
I haven't seen it either.
Either of those.
I haven't either. It was Terminator 2. 5 points all across the board. Okay. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Say Anything, Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, or Ghost.
Oh,
Fun fact, Ghost was the first movie my parents saw together. On their first date.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
This is the most iconic quote in movie history.
Really?
Yes,
I don't
literally.
know.
I'm
I've
not even
never
hyping
heard
it up.
this. I don't think I've ever heard it.
What?
Yeah.
It was the first movie of all time. This was the ending quote in the movie. And it was the first movie of all time to end on a cuss word.
Have you seen this movie?
No, but I've seen
Okay.
I've seen this clip. I know what movie it's from. 3, 2, 1. Zoe, you suck, dude.
I don't know.
You don't even know that that's right, and you guessed it.
Is it really?
Yes.
Did I get it?
Yes. How did you not know that?
I don't know. I just picked the most iconic one on there and just hoped for the best.
I don't even think it's a good movie. I think it's like not that great, but it's
Well, it's the most talked about out
it's
of all
iconic.
of those.
I'm in a glass case of emotion. Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, or Jerry Maguire. I know which one this is.
I don't know. I don't even remember the.
Your choices are ready?
Huh.
I'm in a glass case of emotion. Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Jerry Maguire, or Step Brothers.
I have no idea. Oh my god.
I just watched this movie for the first time. I didn't like it, but it, people like it, so whatever.
Wait, was the last one our 6th point?
That was 5.
That was 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be cheating over there.
That's why I asked. I
Don't
didn't
be
know.
cheating. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. You have fallen.
I don't know what it is. Is it Step Brothers?
It's Anchorman.
Okay. As long as it's not Step Brothers, then
I think it's Anchorman. It's Anchorman. You're killing me.
We need to do like celebrity trivia next week.
Okay.
So then it's more fair.
You can pick it next time. You're killing me, Smalls.
Oh.
Rookie of the Year, Old School, Field of Dreams, or The Sandlot. I'm not even writing the full one on this one. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Sandlot. Yep. It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoe, guess what?
Hmm.
I'm a full point ahead of you.
Shut up.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man. Half Baked, The Big Lebowski, Pineapple Express, or Dazed and Confused.
I haven't seen any of these.
This one's iconic.
I don't know.
Can I give you a hint?
No.
Okay.
I'm just
Be
gonna
that
get
way.
it wrong.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's hilarious. Ready?
I don't even know what the choices are anymore. Okay.
You want me to tell you?
No, it's fine. I just got it wrong.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I can't see your. Dazed and Confused? I'm apologizing ahead of time. It is The Big Lebowski.
This is becoming unfair because I haven't seen any of these movies.
We were tied for like 6 rounds.
Yeah, because it was all easy. And I guessed on 3 of those.
Big Lebowski. Okay. This is the final one. Okay. It's for all the points. Literally, if you get this right, you win. You don't like that?
No.
Okay. Well.
I'm just gonna pick a easier trivia next time.
Okay. We're gonna make this the last question because I think there's like 7, 8 more after this anyway.
Last question.
I can feel her getting angry. That's why I'm stopping.
I am getting angry.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Animal House, or Revenge of the Nerds? I don't know this one. I'm going to take a guess. I actually have no idea which one this is.
I don't know either.
I'm taking a swing. Much like this guy would. 3, 2,
Did you really
1.
do Happy Gilmore?
I did Happy Gilmore. You did Animal House?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was thinking it might be Animal House. That was my second choice. It might be Billy Madison. It is Animal House.
No way.
It is. Wow. Congratulations.
Well,
you still lose.
Yeah, you still beat me by 1, I think. All right. Well, I'll make sure to put that in my journal for.
In your journal?
Yeah, so then we remember.
You need to write a hex down?
I'm gonna. You're an idiot. I'm gonna write who won. So then we know.
Okay, when you spell it, it's Tyler. Okay, I know my channel name is just R, but when you write it in your journal next to winner, it's Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go. Just so you know, I love you.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, that has been episode 0 of our podcast, which is tentatively titled "A Week Too Late." I kind of like it, so I think we're gonna keep it. Next week we'll be back on same day. Don't know about the same time, but it will be the same day because this is working out pretty well for us. And we will see you guys there. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, make fun of us, do whatever you want to do. This channel is equally as much as yours as it is mine. So we'll see you in the comments. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye. I can't end it because it's over there. Bye, guys.
Bye.